All right, so if you could just state your name for me and how you identify yourself.
Hi, my name is Emily Thippen.
Hi, my name's Tara Brzuchek.
Hi, my name is Allie Johnson.
Rebecca Nolan.
June.
Emma Trent.
Lexi Vasquez.
Deborah Culp.
And I identify as
Black woman.
A queer white woman who is agnostic.
On the spectrum somewhere.
I'm biracial, late 20-year-old with no children.
Am a mother, grandmother, artist, wife, oldest of 5. Have a strong spiritual core.
Bisexual in my sexual orientation.
white female.
As a girl, I feel comfortable in my gender expression, but uncomfortable in society.
Any female, like girls or women, can be overly sexualized, and so I think that sometimes calling women girls can kind of add on to that kind of stereotype.
Anyone's any kind of young, a lot of people just call them girls, or especially men, so I don't really like that.
If someone called me girl at this point, it would seem like someone were trying to take me down a notch or something.
Like not liked as much as people would like a woman.
I do have a different feeling when I do hear the word woman. Woman seems more mature. I feel like girl still has those childhood connotations. But woman, that is what I am now. I'm in my early 20s.
Like it's almost an evolution of a Pokemon. And it's the tragedies and the challenges and everything that makes you who you are is what creates you as a woman.
I feel very proud to be a woman.
I feel empowered and strong and competent.
I feel more empowered than being called a girl because it makes me feel like people will respect me more. It makes me feel more respected.
Society makes me feel it's kind of interesting.
Because there's not much you can do. If you're too passionate, then you come off as bitchy. If you're too nice, you come off of naive. Like you just can't get it right.
I feel exhausted and minimized and criticized. And compared to,
We're still fighting for basic rights.
We work a little bit harder than we should. I think that we always are putting on a stronger front to prove ourselves that, hey, we deserve this, and it should be just a natural, we all deserve this, and it should be a complete more common ground, but obviously that's not how the world is working.
I was numb to it for a long time, but I'm waking up to how that has been looked at, especially by the older generations.
Women still are not completely equal to men, not given the same opportunities.
How do men in general make you feel?
are you serious? Okay.
That is, I mean, like guys will just like mansplain things to you. And I'm like, I have the exact same education as you do. But like, and I don't even think that they realize that they're doing it some of the time.
No.
I can identify many men in my life that assume that I am clueless.
I think there are times when I notice in my generation where the men defer to each other instead of other women in a group.
There has been so many times where I'm the only female in a meeting room, and it takes a lot for me to, I have to exert myself a lot more just to get people to listen to me in the same way they would listen to anyone else who's there.
Men make me feel like I overthink and like I'm too emotional sometimes.
I definitely have more of a fear of men, like meeting stranger men, like that just stresses me out more.
I mean, I do appreciate a man being a man. I'm not going to be a woman and say that I don't feel good in a man's arms, but also in a way, am I always questioning them and seeing are they as sincere as I want them to be? Yes. I'm always having my eyes on the back of me just because, I don't know. I definitely have been in scenarios where there are good men and there are bad men, as well as there are just good people versus bad people.
On the flip side of that, how do other women make you feel?
Other women make me feel supported. They are kind of my guidepost for everything. When I see like the strong women that like came before me, that like I stand on their shoulders, whether that be Shirley Chisholm or Ruth Bader Ginsburg or any of the great women who really stood up for equality and really stood up for women's rights, they just make me feel that much more empowered.
Women make me feel safe.
They make me feel heard, and I personally relate to a lot of the things that I talk with female friends about.
Women have been an essential part of my sanity.
Women, I'm the biggest cheerleader for it. I definitely do get like, am more open to getting to know somebody just because I really do like to hear their backgrounds and seeing where they are in life and, ooh, what are you going through? And like, I don't know why, but it's always just a comfort area for me.
But also self-conscious. I feel like there's a lot of like Go Women, like women supporting women today, which is really, really good. But I also feel like there's a lot of women that put other women down to make themselves look better, which isn't helping anyone.
There's a sense of like, we're not all gonna make it. So if it means we have to throw one of our own under the bus so that we can make it, then so be it, because that's how the world works. So there's this kind of like the competitiveness there.
I think as you get older, you sink more into your skin, and the competitive thing that can happen with other women when you're younger, it just isn't there, which is nice.
And then what do you want or need as a woman?
I want equal opportunity as a woman.
I want to be seen. I want to make sure that my issues are heard. I want to make sure that my issues are respected and that like I get a seat at this metaphorical table, as it were. I want people to see that women have just as much to offer. We can do as much, so we should get equality in all ways.
To not have to be a conformist, to not have to, follow what's the prescribed course.
What I need is for people to stop thinking about gender. Like just to stop using gender as a factor for anything. A lot of successful, I guess, like celebrities or comedians, especially female ones, they get told that like, oh, you're my favorite like female comic. You're my favorite female this or that. And by using those boundaries, we're gonna keep putting people in a box regarding their gender, and it's going to be harder to break that open. This sounds deep, but it's like your soul that's doing that. It's not your gender.
What I would need is a sense of appreciation for being a mother.
And I want to keep doing the important work for myself that will keep me ahead of the anger and the resentment that I feel towards our sexist society and our history, because operating from a level of anger and resentment, I have learned, does not solve any problems. I have to encourage others to do that so that we can actually do the work on the ground to raise our children right. The next generation is very important, and we have to talk to them about the things that our parents didn't want to talk to us about, or that they didn't realize we're there to talk about. And we have to be really open and really honest, and we have to speak up. There's no growth without conflict, so just armor up for it.
I want them to know anyone can be anyone. They can be whoever they want to be, and I can be whoever I want to be.
I am a feminist.
I am a feminist.
I am a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a pro-life feminist.
I am an intersectional feminist.
My identities.
My
identities
Absolutely make me human.
You make me human.
And I deserve
And I deserve
100% deserve
as many rights.
The same rights as others.
And I think other people deserve the same rights as me.
All women deserve the exact same rights as their male counterparts.